Son of a bitch. Why is this happening? For God's sake. And it begins as it should. Chaotic as hell. All out of sorts and shit. Oh, for God's sake. You know, once upon a time, I was a crackhead. I want you to sleep on my fucking slippers now. Can you believe my fucking shit? He doesn't know yet. He hasn't heard about the slippers. Oh, my slippers. Yeah. You know, I heard some podcast about some people. They were making fun of me. But then I said they got some good ideas about sleeping on shoes and boots, because that's what I really like to do. So I made my slipper. And it's not really a slipper for your foot. It's a pillow for your head in the shape of slippers. What in the hell is going on around here? I'm hearing all kinds of other feedbacks and slapbacks and shit knocks and TikToks.
Are you hearing funny noises?
Yeah, tinkling funny noises.
It's a Tunguska event.
I'm telling you, I'm having a Tunguska event in my fucking...
I think
in my pants.
Tapped us after we gave him an idea about the fucking my spookers.
After the pillow talk episode.
Oh yeah, after the pillow talk, he was like, "Man,"
he's like,
"an
intern."
A fucking brilliant idea.
He's like,
how did they know that I ever slept on a boot?
He's like, an intern told me on this podcast he'd heard. He said, here, and he sent me a link, and I listened to it, and the impression was really terrible, but the ideas the guys were talking about were fucking awesome. Yeah, that impression was retarded. I'm a man of God. I don't want to be mocked like this.
Hey, Jesse, when did we do the pillow talk? When did we do that?
When?
3 weeks ago, give or take, right, Matt?
Yeah. About that, yeah, almost a month, but yeah.
Almost a month. So, when was that, Matt? Wednesday that I called you?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm driving, Jesse, and Dangino is doing a commercial.
Uh-huh.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Bongiorno?
Huh?
Dan Bongiorno?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Dangino? Like...
Yeah. Yeah, Dangino.
But he did a commercial about...
Excuse me.
Huh? No, on radio.
Yeah.
About how Mike came up with the new invention, and it was slippers. My slippers. Yeah. Now you tell me how odd that is. That 3 weeks before, or almost a month before, we're doing fucking him sleeping on a boot, and 3 weeks later he's talking about my slippers.
Yeah, that's his latest release, his newest release product in the Cry Pillow product line is the fucking Cry Slippers.
Cry Slippers.
Yeah. I mean, he just announced it a few days ago.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, are you following me, Jesse?
Yeah, I hear you.
How weird that is.
You know what I'm saying, right? Huh?
how?
Yeah, he listened to the podcast, that son of a bitch.
Yeah, he robbed us. Yeah, of cry
Yeah, we
pillows.
need to get
I mean, cry slippers.
Oh,
We need our cut, man.
He
That's what it
fucking
is,
took
man.
that. Huh?
We need to get our cut.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. We should fucking play that for him. Be like, hey, Mike, you know, I mean, all good and dandy, man, but, you know.
But is something weird here, Mike? Hey, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm a man, a
I
Christian
mean,
man.
we did say you've been sleeping on a boot, and next thing you know, you're doing cry slippers 3 weeks later, a month later.
What are you trying to imply? I'm a good Christian man. I've been redeemed in the eyes of my Creator. Anyway, clutching the cross and swearing that he's innocent. One day I told him I'd be president. I'd know the president. But they said you're a fuckhead. Anyway, fuck Mike. But that is pretty bizarre, man. It is some weird shit that happened like that within a month.
Yeah, who knew? All you gotta do is make them. Are they comfortable or what?
Well, I don't know. Dan Gino says they're very comfortable.
They're like clouds for your feet. When you're high on crack, they'll feel like clouds on your feet.
They're super absorbent too, so when you sleep on them, they absorb your tears.
Basically, yeah. I'm telling you, man. Fucking Mike.
They absorb your tears. Ugh.
And next thing you know, he's like, well, right? I don't smoke crack anymore, but that's a great idea.
It almost makes me want to start smoking crack again. Fuck it, I'm a billionaire. I can smoke some crack.
He smokes crack every time he needs a good idea.
Yeah,
that's what I need.
Yeah, it's his deep.
But this time he didn't have to. He just had to listen to us.
Yeah, he's like, that's almost like smoking crack and getting a crazy idea. Listen to these guys, it's like smoking crack. It was weird. Yeah, fucking Mikey. The crack is his never-ending well of inspirations, is in his crack and shit. Oh, God. Oh,
Jesus.
Well, listen. As much of a living giant and a living legend as Mikey Lumpdell is, I think we all want to talk about a different giant. A giant that is no longer with us, but his contributions to the world are like influencing every fucking minute of the day. And who was that person?
Who are we talking about?
Weren't we talking about?
What happened to Greg?
Yeah, I'm right here.
I think the Tunguska event opened up over his house. Something happened.
Oh, are we talking about?
I know, fucking black helicopters are coming.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
See, now that's where the that's where the Bell theory comes in. Now look, we can't pay homage to the master of tamed lightning, and also talk about the Bell theory in the same episode, or can we? Can we make those two things coexist?
Maybe we can tie them together. I don't know.
Oh my God, that would be a master stroke. But let's just start off.
Did you get those pictures I just sent you?
Yes. Oh yeah, riding the lightning, man. That shit's fucking insane. That guy.
Yeah, send it to Greg.
All
send
right.
them to Greg.
All right.
Oh, I've seen a lot of those.
No.
The one you're talking about?
No. This is special.
Yeah,
Here. Anyway, let's start off talking about what we were going to originally talk about tonight, which is a very fascinating topic, a concept, and that is the Bell theory. Greg,
Yeah.
What, the Bell theory?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about what you know about like the
classical
Bell theory?
conditioning.
Yeah. What does it mean to you?
Well, what they did do is they actually called it a Bell theory, or by Pavlov,
Yeah.
and he was Stalin's right hand.
Mm-hmm.
More or less. I mean, there's really no direct, but he definitely has influenced Stalin, or in general the Communist Party, on the classical conditioning, which what they did do at first is they actually tried to condition, dogs, just animals in general.
Yeah.
When they actually realized that they could actually condition people with the same concept. Well, Stalin himself was even talking about it. He told a story once to his generals in the room. He grabbed the chicken. He said, "Bring me a chicken." So they brought him a chicken. So he had the chicken, and what he did was pretty crazy. What he said is he started plucking the feathers out of the chicken, and the chicken started fucking screaming, But before he actually plucked the chicken's, the feathers, he fed it. So he gave the chicken some food. Now, then he picked it up and started plucking. The damn thing was screaming, right? So he only plucked maybe 2, 3, then he let it go, but then he took the food out again, and guess what? The chicken came back to him. Well, as he was feeding it, he caught it, and he plucked it again, a couple more. Then he released it, then he fed. I mean, do you see where I'm going with it?
Yeah.
And then he goes, well, you see, he goes, you can do anything to this damn thing as long as you just, you balance it out as far as, through pain, fear, and starvation or food in general. So that's how you can actually control an animal through food, but still be pretty brutal towards it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the same. I think they implemented the same, philosophy towards people and the way they governed. So it's a pretty crazy story, but a lot of people, say it's true on that.
Yeah, it's kind of like sending out a government check and then fucking with people constantly.
Yeah,
and then here, we'll give you some more money, but we're gonna fuck with you.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like the same thing with what he did with the chicken. He fed it and plucked fucking some feathers. Then the damn thing was fucking freaking out. He let it go. Then he took some food out. The damn thing came back to him, even though he's the one that plucked the fucking feathers out of it. That damn thing still came to him for more.
Well, yeah. Where do you think he learned it?
Where do I think he did learn it?
Yeah, he probably learned it. He probably learned it directly from the man himself.
Yeah.
Okay, check it.
You mean Pavlov?
Yeah. Now check it.
Yeah.
Classical conditioning, also known as Pavlovian or respondent conditioning, is learning through association and was discovered by Pavlov, a Russian physiologist. In simple terms, two stimuli are linked together to produce a new learned response in a person or animal.
Yes.
So, like you said, Stalin plucks the chicken, but he feeds it too. So the animal...
Exactly.
So the animal begins to associate the pain with the food.
So
he knows that if he's going to eat, he's got to withstand some pain. He wants to eat some more, he's got to take on pain. And so it's this fucking constant cycle of this thing because he's locked up in his own mind the concept of eating with the concept of dealing with some pain and some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty much the idea of
yes. It's also
how to control mass populations. It's
Yeah.
exactly just that.
You can also illustrate it like this. A frog. You set a frog. That whole parable with the frog. You put a frog in a pot of water. He's sitting in there, no problem. You turn up the heat just tiny bit, just baby. He gets accustomed to the heat, and he's no longer uncomfortable, and he's adjusted. Turn up the heat a little more. He adjusts further, and on and on and on until he's boiling, and he just hasn't realized that he's been getting accustomed to all that shit the whole time. Until it's too late, generally.
Yeah.
Then he realizes that he's gotten adjusted to boiling himself alive. It's so important in the theory of learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
pretty much.
It seems like if you mention a certain former president's name, there's an interesting Pavlovian response that is quite predictable in the what we call on this show, in our universe we call it the non-culture, because it's not even progressive liberals. It's this whole other thing that we saw emerge over the last, ever since Biden was in office fully, but even before that. The 400-pound blue hairs and shit, and the fucking I don't know what my gender is crowd. They're, the fuck was I gonna say? Jesus Christ, it's so goddamn distracting to fucking think about those clowns that it just that it fucking completely derailed me. Jesse, are you reading something?
I'm not.
Where did you...
Blue-haired people.
Blue-haired people.
You're going to say... Yeah, that the orange man triggers them.
Oh, yes. That's the Pavlovian response to those, for those folks, is fucking orange man bad. If you mention that motherfucker's name, they flip the fuck out, glaze over, and just go into this, like frothing at the mouth kind of behavior. It's fucking out of control. They don't even know why. Fuck.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's this.
Well, they all forgot that they were lied to.
It's like psychosis almost. You know?
Yeah, man. They forgot that they were lied to about that 2 weeks to flatten the curve and shit. 2 weeks to flatten.
Yeah, stay home for 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
3 years later, they're swimming with masks on their face.
Yeah, waterboarding themselves. 2 weeks to flatten the curve.
Tell Greg about the guy that was waterboarding.
I will. It was 2 weeks to flatten the curve and 2 years to subjugate a country. Anyway, Greg, I was telling you we went to the rec center last night, and we were swimming and shit.
Yeah.
And not swimming in shit, but we were swimming. And when we first walked in there, there was there was a woman in the kids pool with her little kids, with a fucking with a white like cotton mask on her face in the pool.
You fucking kidding
in the pool? Yeah, nobody else, mind you, nobody else in the pool area had one on. But this asshole was actually in the fucking pool with the mask on her mouth.
Well, but that is also conditioning, and I'll tell you a story. It's insane. Here we go. We on what was it? Several days ago, they announced at my work that you don't have to wear a mask anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay. Great, but like a clown, since I've been fucking, I was conditioned to wear the motherfucker at work. I put it on, and I catch myself. I'm like, what are you fucking doing, man?
Right after the announcement.
Oh, fuck you doing?
He just said we don't have to do this. On it goes.
And you still do it because
Yeah.
I was conditioned every fucking day to wear that piece of shit. And as soon as they tell me, "Oh, you don't have to do it anymore," just by the conditioning of it, I put the motherfucker on. And then I walk 2 feet and I go, "What the fuck are you doing?" I caught myself.
Well,
Just imagine how many clowns don't, they just keep
well,
wearing it.
or imagine how many people feel more secure with it on and are willingly going to, continue to wear them. Oh, I feel so much safer with it on.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, of course, but the concept of just the conditioning of it,
Yeah.
just
It had
freaks me out. Yeah.
Yeah, it had taken hold on you.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, at least you had at least you had the fucking at least you had the sense of mind to fucking stop it and stop yourself immediately.
Well, yeah, of course, but I'm just saying, just the initial reaction to it was like, I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, dude, you were fucking conditioned like a fucking monkey.
Slave!
To press a button.
Yeah, like a peasant.
Press that red button. Yeah.
No, I said like a peasant.
Yeah. I unconditioned myself a while ago. I had to try it because I felt weird because other people were wearing it, but it was like, well, fuck them. It's like, I ain't gonna wear it just because they are.
No, I didn't.
When I went in places, I started to feel like people were looking at me because I wasn't, and I
Yeah,
felt
they were
like
judging you, man.
I was like,
they were looking at you like a criminal, like you're a dirty piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was ready to be like, well, fuck you, if they said anything, even though they probably weren't going to say anything at all. I was like feeling like pressure,
You were, You were ready to defend.
But then I just kept doing it, and then it didn't bother me as much. But I had to uncondition myself
because they can eat a dick.
Yeah,
because they can eat a fucking dick. There you have it.
But that's the thing. The mask is a perfect way to take identity away. That's a fucking conditioning like a motherfucker right there.
Oh yeah, dude. That's conditioning. That's conditioning 101.
I was gonna say, what is the other? You were talking about the classical.
Well, they're very much kind of interrelated. Classical conditioning is more the contemporary term for it. Because if you say
that's a modern term that they gave to the studies of Pavlov.
Well, if you say Pavlovian conditioning, they're gonna immediately it has a very negative, as you can imagine, a negative.
Of course, it did because it was a communist, straight up.
Well, yeah, it was a tool of the communists.
Of course, it was, man. Fuck, are you kidding me?
I mean, it's basically obedience training, like obedience training your dog. That's basically what it is.
Yes.
More or less.
Yes.
But then they applied it to humans, and it takes on a more dubious kind of
totally different,
shit. But yes, so.
But it has the same effect.
Yes.
End effect is the same.
Yes, so the classical conditioning is basically just the rebranding of what we would know as Pavlovian or obedience training, associative or respondent training, conditioning. Yes.
And then they put a muzzle on you or a mask.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
because that takes away individuality and identity. It depersonalizes you.
It kind of muzzles you too.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's the thing.
Exactly.
They actually did that. For hundreds of years. I don't care if people like it or not, but they actually did that to slaves. They actually fucking masked them because that pretty much took their identity away.
Well, yeah. So all of a sudden you're dealt with as a group. Hello?
That's what the Bushas would do.
Busha.
What's that?
The Busha.
Oh, Bushkas, yeah.
Not
The
Bushka.
Busha's the slave master,
The
right? Or slave driver.
Busha.
Yeah.
Busha. Oh man.
We looked it up.
We
to
looked
see
it
what
up?
meant, and it said it was a slave driver.
Busha.
Bushka?
No,
Or
Busha.
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 Oh, Busha?
Yeah, Bushka. Bushka is is my joke. Is my little silly ass
Yeah,
joke.
yeah. The
But-
Bushka joke, yeah.
Yes, but Busha. the closest thing we could actually find to that was Busha, and they said that Busha meant like slave master or slave driver.
Okay, what I mean, was that like Arabic?
I don't think
or...
so. Jesse, do you remember what language that was in?
No, I think it was Russian or maybe Polish.
Or something in there, like one of those languages.
Slavic.
A Slavic
Yeah.
language, yes.
Okay.
Busha.
But they call
Yeah.
kids. They call kids that too, like little kids. They call them Bushas. You ever heard that term?
Busha.
Busha.
Like Busha, Busha.
Busha.
Bunha, you said?
Yeah, I think it's Ukrainian, maybe.
B-U-S.
Yeah.
B-U-S.
Not that, it's definitely not in Polish, so.
It's like B-U-S. Like Busha. Busha. I don't
Well,
know.
anyway, it doesn't matter that much. But yeah, it did mean slave driver.
Huh.
One of the interpretations.
Pretty
But what
wild.
were we talking? We were talking about slaves and their masks.
Yeah.
Why?
Like a factory worker.
Yeah,
Fucking factory worker, hide your face.
Exactly, see?
yeah.
The dude was onto it, man. He knew. He was writing the words about it. Shit. But yes, that's obviously one of the time-honored, proven ways to depersonalize groups of people so that they think less as individuals and more like herds, mobs, shit like that.
That's babushka.
Babushka. A type of conditioned learning which occurs because of the subject's instinctive responses, as opposed to operant conditioning, which is contingent on the willful actions of the subject. Oh shit! Let's make this motherfucker turn left, a hard left, and we're gonna go to operant conditioning. Okay, this is our opposite. We needed something versus. We were doing classical conditioning versus something, right? So, this is the opposite of it. Operant conditioning. Boom. Operant conditioning is a type of associative learning process through which the strength of a behavior is modified by reinforcement or punishment. It is also a procedure that is used to bring about such learning. It's also a procedure, operant conditioning, modified by reinforcement or punishment. Oh man, wouldn't that also just be positive feedback? Positive, negative feedback? Let's see here. Something bad, giving, taking away, positive, giving. Positive punishment, behavior is weakened. What the fuck is this? What have I stumbled across? Holy shit, there's this little graph, and it's like there's on the left side from top down, it's like it says giving, and then in apostrophes it says positive. Then underneath it says taking away, apostrophe negative. Not apostrophe, I mean parentheses. And on the top row, going left to right, it says something quote unquote bad or aversive. and then next to it is something good or rewarding. Okay, so giving and something bad together is positive punishment. It says in parentheses, behavior is weakened. Something good mixed with giving or a positive attitude is positive reinforcement, and behavior is strengthened. Now, if you use negative or taking away behaviors and mixed with something aversive or something like a bad behavior, that's negative reinforcement, and that behavior is strengthened. You strengthen bad behavior by a negative response to bad behavior. Wow. And then something a good rewarding attitude with taking away or negative action towards the animal or subject is negative punishment, and behavior is weakened. Holy Christ, this is like formulas for warping people's minds. Why am I here? What the fuck? What's this? The 4 quadrants of operant conditioning. That's what that shit is. I just saw this. To add or give something mixed with a behavior happens more often is positive reinforcement. So, if you give something to reinforce the behavior, it will create the behavior more often, of course. Jesus.
So is this like opposite of Pavlov's, or is this just like part of it?
That's a good question. Because Pavlovian, as was the association between two stimuli to produce a third behavior. And this is basically like, okay, that Pavlovian system mixed with this 4 quadrants of operant conditioning is what would create a fascist totalitarian state where complete manipulation could be controlled to any degree you want just by how much you vary it into one of these 4 quadrants of this operant conditioning shit.
Wow.
Like you could make anybody...
That's pretty fucking hacky.
Yeah, like if you had enough control of the exterior stimuli of a person or group of people, you could probably make them do anything you wanted, or you could condition, you could modify their personality and behavior to be almost anything you wanted by moving your responses or interaction with them into one of these 4 quadrants of operant conditioning.
You know, I think I'll give you an example of that. Like to what you were just saying, Matt. They use it in communism, for instance. Okay, so to manipulate somebody to do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
Even though they're pretty strong mentally and whatever in general, right?
Uh-huh. So
you need a source to control that individual. Let's say they are very skillful, but you need to control them. Therefore, the way to do that, the way the communists did that, they didn't punish you. They fucking punished the fuck out of your whole family.
Everybody, yeah.
And that was the control, like, hey, we won't touch you, but we'll definitely make sure you won't fucking kill your kids, your wife, your fucking aunts, uncles, mother, father, that kind of shit.
Well, here, check it out. Even more simplified. Operant conditioning. Specific consequences are associated with the voluntary behavior. So, rewards introduced to increase a behavior versus punishment introduced to decrease a behavior. So, in our own lives, we could see it at any moment still as if you don't get the shot, you can't go out and play. You can't go and to any shows. You can't really travel much, or it's kind of restricted. Yada yada yada.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
That's
What we're
that's operant conditioning, and I think that is being coupled with the Pavlovian concept of the associations producing a new behavior, a new response, because it's basically trying to get a very large population that is used to traveling with relative impunity to go inside the borders of the United States and come and go pretty much as you wish, without being questioned or restricted.
Yes.
And so now they're trying to foist that shit onto us, and of course, trying to ring all the emotional bells, guilt, shame, all this other stuff, trying to heap all that onto it, so that it all just feels more real and realistic and urgent.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you think, my man?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah. Where you at, homie?
Yeah, they've been using every tactic fucking known to man.
Well, what was that? 1950s, I think they were using a program based on that.
Based on what?
Where at?
Oh, here in the United States. It's like the Mockingbird, or
Mockingbird was a
repetition.
Yeah, broadcasting repetition.
oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, it's where
Broadcast?
where all the networks all start saying the same fucking shit, like the same script and shit.
Yeah, but that would be pretty much the same concept of what we're putting up with, what we're doing today.
Oh yeah, it's even worse today than it was when they made that shit up.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, something like if you hear something 27 times in a row,
yeah,
or
like verbatim,
you never forget it for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's like crazy. It's like this. I bet both of you can finish this one. 588.
Yeah.
For sure.
What's the rest of it?
200-300 Empire, of course.
Yeah.
See, you've been conditioned.
Oh, you've been conditioned.
Oh yeah, that fucking commercial played over and over and over. And, I mean,
and never underestimate the power of
how about Aronson?
Home of the Credit Connection.
Yep, home of the Credit Connection, Aronson.
yeah.
Well,
Same thing.
but never underestimate the power of a good tune, though. Also, earworms like that, dude, you can't deny it. They just get in you. You start humming them and shit. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I mean, they're fucking. It's effective. Jingle writing is an art. It's a whole separate art.
Oh yeah.
Listen, fuck all
For
that.
sure.
These bastards are using this kind of mind warping shit on us.
Whoa, what a feeling.
To drive Toyota.
Toyota.
Yeah, man. Jump in the air with your legs together and kick to the side. Pshoo! Oh, what a feeling to drive Toyota.
Yeah, we've been conditioned our whole lives. We just don't know it.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah.
Now I must assassinate the president.
I think we're resilient. I mean, yeah, we might know these slogans and these things, but I'll tell you fucking what. I never called that concert place. Never fucking will.
Oh yeah, never called the number one.
Ever. But you know what I mean. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it obviously works for some people and not for others.
Yeah.
Listen, I gotta hang up with you guys. I gotta call Empire and get some fucking carpet in here. I gotta call Aronson Furniture and get my fucking furniture delivery going. And then I gotta fucking, that's the home of the credit connection, and then I gotta go buy a fucking Toyota. There's 3 things I gotta do immediately. I don't even know why. I gotta hang up.
I just gotta do it.
Yeah. Carpet order real quick, man. Listen.
I don't know why. I just gotta do it.
Yeah. A wild hair up my ass. Getting high on pills and then shopping on the internet at night. It's my new hobby.
Yeah, that's another one, man.
Internet shop?
Yeah.
Listen, I think it's because the opioid crisis has created at least one, if not 2 entire generations of retarded fuckheads. I was one of the few that actually kind of got out of that shit, but the rest of them are a fucking ocean of fuckheads. Jesus told me I could say that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm clutching my cross. God damn it. He kind of reminds me of a mutated version of my dad.
Of your dad?
Yeah, it's like if my dad smoked crack instead of drank his ass off.
Oh God, is he the same thing?
Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Who? What? Huh? What's he gonna He's talking about this shit.
You hear me, man?
What? What'd you say?
I said you never know. You might have been a billionaire today.
Oh,
If
shit.
it was the other way around.
Oh, for God's sake. If only the old man had been a crackhead and slept on boots, I wouldn't be fucking around today like this.
How dare you?
Yeah. Oh, it's funny. When my parents were younger, and I was maybe like after I was like first born and just, real small, my godfather owned a mink ranch, or still does, but it's a much smaller operation than it was in its heyday, of course, because real furs, that whole market is really kind of much narrower than it used to be because the uproar over real fur versus the fake shit and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, back in the 70s, we're talking fucking early to mid 70s, latest mid 70s. He offers my dad a mating pair of mink. Excuse me, a pair to mate. And you were talking in the fucking height, almost the height peak of the mink market would have been in the mid 70s to like early 80s.
Yeah, which was crazy money.
Oh my God.
Established. Yeah.
Yes. And my dad said no, he didn't want to do it. And granted, it's a lot of doing. It is a whole kind of operation. You do obviously have to purchase land. It's got to be away from other people because, raising mink is a very stinky proposition. They're beautiful, but they're not the cleanest smelling animals. You fucking ass. I don't fucking know. No, he had a fucking fox or some shit. That weird little, it's a something Arctic fox or some. He had some little miniature fox. I don't know, ridiculous, dude. Oh fuck. Oh, I'm falling down a deep well of retardation. Help. Fucking having.
See what conditioning will do to you?
I'm telling you, I had all that shit buried in mental concrete. We just jackhammered it out. Holy
Jackhammered it out.
Yeah.
Conditioning.
We jackhammered it out of my mental concrete. Fuck. It was buried.
Jesse, are you there?
Yo,
Where's Jesse at?
I don't fucking know.
Huh?
I don't know. Hang on. Oh, holy Christmas cats. Anywho, so, yeah. What? Talk at me.
Well, hey, Jesse, don't you think all this shit that's going on, like, worldwide is essentially textbook classical conditioning?
Yeah, for retards.
Well, but you're talking about majority of the Americans too, man.
The way it's...
the world.
It's a lot of fucking retards, man.
The way it's being approached... Yeah. The way it's being approached seems very much like a Pavlovian style system thing.
I'd say probably only about 10% of people actually believe it, and then about another 25% are just going along with it because they're fucking weak.
Because it's easiest?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just don't want to ruffle any feathers.
Well, the least resistance, yeah.
Yeah. Even though they don't believe it, there's like, well, that's what you gotta do sometimes.
Didn't they get to condition pretty much everybody into this shit? You know, the scare. I'm not saying everyone was, but you know, I knew from the get-go when I this whole thing, you know, coming out of the lab and this and that. I was thinking myself, the motherfucker opened the wrong can, you know. Like, damn, I opened the wrong can. Meaning, like, the least potent one, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to open the can and drop something potent in it.
Oh!
Well, no, like, it was, like, out of Wuhan, you know? When they came out with this, they're like, fuck, we opened the wrong jar, man.
Oops! No, hey! He's like a Poindexter. He's like, oh, I think I may have opened the wrong canister. I failed to reattach the lid in time. Ooh, exposed.
Yeah. They opened up the common cold can. Yeah.
Oh, I have no natural defenses. Oh.
What I mean is they were going for the mass, you know, like mass destruction, but they fucked up and they opened up the mild version of the
like the
hay to do, you know.
It was like hay fever in a can.
Yeah.
Hay fever in a can. A canister. Oops.
Like seasonal allergies in a can.
And it was over.
Yeah, they spin it.
No. So
I don't know. I got pretty sick right off the bat, so who knows?
So tolls the bell.
Well, what I'm
your
saying is, like, yeah, they did release it, but they released the wrong shit. Meaning, like, they were hoping. Well, they released the wrong shit. What I mean by that is that instead of releasing the fucking one that
instead of the one that will kill everybody, they released the sniffle snot one. And they went, shit, I mixed them up. Yes.
I mixed them up.
And it was too late, and the press conference had been had, and they're like, oh, we've got to scare everybody shitless to believe that it was the other one, because they fucked it up and fucking released the pussy version.
Yeah, the pussy version. Yeah, so now they're hyping it up that there's like bigger, you know, the stronger one coming, you know?
Yeah. It's like a Jerry Lewis comedy and shit.
Yeah, they're like, well, make sure you release the right one this time, you moron, you know?
It's like, whoops, hey, like a zany comedy and shit. Mix up.
Mixed up.
Slapstick mix-up comedy.
It was a pretty weak attempt, or maybe they're just seeing
how controllable
people were, even though there wasn't
Pav-
something that was that bad.
What is this episode about? Pavlovian conditioning. They wanted to see if they could fucking wag the dog and get us to be all
Yes.
fucked off by
For
ourselves in our
sure,
own
they wanted
brain.
to see how far we would fucking
Yes.
put up with that shit.
Listen,
you know?
listen. A predator is only going to exert just enough energy to take down the prey. No more, no less. If it can fucking get a bonus out of it, that's magic. But usually they're going to calculate it to only have to exert just enough energy to pull it off. So that's what that shit seems to be to me, is a calculated experiment to see how far people would be willing to go with it themselves. I often have fucking reminded myself that people will become the best watchdogs.
Yeah.
Better than any, real dog are people watchdogs, man. And a lot of them, all they want is permission to become a watchdog and fucking watch what their neighbors are doing, or blah blah blah. The informant types and shit. Those motherfucking weasels, dude. There's a lot of people, it seems, that would be fucking love to do that shit if they were just told it was okay to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Punk fucking bitches. People,
Hey,
even people we've known
see
for
something,
fucking
say,
years.
Say something.
Yeah.
See something, say
You remember
something.
that?
Yeah, see something, say something. Well, see, but that dances on. That's a mind fucker, because that seems to dance on that little fine line there where you're like, well, it is. If you see something kind of really fucked up like that, like, I don't know, everybody's perspective on what
Yeah, everybody's got their own version of what
Of
they might
what's
think.
sus- of
here's
what's
the
suspicious
thing,
is,
though.
of course,
You
but
can
fuck.
inject moral compass into that. So it's like, if you see somebody smoking a bowl or smoking a fucking crack pipe like Mike was, would you call on Mike, or would you just keep on driving and go, well, there's another fucking junkie? But if you see somebody like fucking like seal sniffing fucking hair of a fucking 5-year-old, yeah, you're gonna pay attention to that, and you might want to report that.
Well, if you
Yeah,
see a stray dog, you're going to be like, oh, the poor dog.
because you know
Oh,
what?
stray dog? I've seen plenty. I just drive by.
People care more about animals than they do other humans.
But it seems like,
That's true.
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if you see a
right.
bum that's fucking like all fucked up, you go, oh, I'm going to stop and help him. Fuck no, you keep going, right?
Keep going, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
But if you see a dog, you're like, oh, poor thing.
Oh, poor thing.
Someone's got to help him. Yeah.
Well, so what you're saying is that the fucking the libtards look at the people that fucking come here, commit felony and come here illegally. Do they look at them like animals because they're like useful idiots? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I think that might be a slightly separate perspective that was just introduced by you. I would agree there would be probably a Venn diagram between the three of us of overlapping points where we're all going to really connect and be like probably in solid agreement. That would probably be definitely in that area of the spectrum of things we could talk about. Or it could be that aside from like rights and wrongs, there are certain behaviors that when viewed by the probably overwhelming majority of human beings would be almost on an instinctive level among all of them in agreement as being some of the most reprehensible things possible. Like almost anything fucked up to do towards an adult, towards a child, is immediately on the most fucked up level of everything. Of course. There's no doubt. And then murder. You got the murders and the fucking thefts and the fucking all the kind of greasy, the greasy shit that people do. But, yeah, there's going to be an instinctive reaction to how utterly fucked up and deplorable the behavior is. Like you said, the junkie looking for his fix and shit. You kind of look at him, you go, hey man, my heart kind of goes out to you. That's a fucked up place to be, but you kind of move on, and life kind of takes care of itself, more or less. But then, like you said, then the fucking creep, the creepy fucking Grandpa Joes that sniff on the little kids and shit, and are just kind of thinking that who God fucking knows what nightmare of thought they are in, but that's happening. And it's all about tainting and destroying the innocence of someone who is defenseless. That's a fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, probably
that's messed up right there.
Overwhelming majority of human beings are probably going to look at that shit and react like you just want to kill that motherfucker. No matter how church going you might, no
matter what.
Yeah, no matter how churchy you might be or whatever the fuck. You're gonna go and be like, I want to kill that person. That's outside of. I think that's outside of purely right and wrong per se, as much as it is an instinct, and should not be ignored.
Yeah.
You don't take that guy, that creep aside and go, hey man, not cool. Why don't we set you up in a room with access to gyms and fucking cable TV and shit for a while? We'll pay for you to chill out. It'll be all right. You'll be taken care of. You get your three square meals a day. You get your place to sleep. Take a shit. Shower. Relax a bit. Hell, fuck, man. Get a college degree if you want. Fuck, why not? We'll pay for that. No problem.
Yeah.
What? No, you take that motherfucker out back the fucking woodshed and you put two behind fucking both ears and shit.
That's it.
Yeah, man. Fuck all that.
That's what I would do.
Listen, I'd make a terrible cop, but it'd be all for the right reasons. But it would be it'd be a shitty execution for the right reasons. So that's why law enforcement was not to be in my future. You come across a scene, you come across some sort of scene like that, I don't want to fucking. Why are we wasting time sending you through the legal system on some dog and pony show and give you the actual chance to fucking dance away on a technicality? No.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Which they do all the time, though, too.
Yeah, they laugh at it. McSpliff.
Yeah, they laugh at the system in general.
McSpliff, weigh in on this shit, would you?
Oh,
What? Are you reading
those
something?
people are bad.
Those people are bad? Holy
They're
Christ.
bad.
Well, I knew when I needed that clutch statement, that clutch quote out of you, fucking, you were going to come through, heavy hitter. There it was, ladies and gentlemen, your soundbite. Please.
To the guillotine, man.
Yeah.
Fucking laugh their heads off.
Clip that out. Make that your fucking ringtone. Those people are bad. Holy.
Good, bad.
Yeah. I like binary. I love binary shit. Because then, you don't get like that fatigue of choice. Or you don't have to wonder, hey, who chose these choices that I think are my choices, but actually I'm actually just referencing somebody else's ideas of what my choices should be. Based on the fucking, based on the Rube Goldberg fucking machine that life fucking is. Unless you know the right homos and fucking you go on the fucking right person's boat and shit.
Well, let's speak about another conditioning. For instance,
air conditioning.
We're being like more or less demoralized by the fucking I mean, we've talked about this before, as far as like
I know, but I think we're exhausting the
LGBTQ team. You know,
oh shit!
where
Listen,
they're supposedly
pal.
fighting for their
Listen,
rights, but at the same time,
mister. You're talking shit now, pal. Why are we doing this? Listen, we don't have to talk about the systematic oppression of the fucking zinga-da-danga-ba-doo. We fucking whooped its ass by fucking this Pavlovian fucking classical conditioning, operant conditioning, and man, we fucking kicked its ass. But the one thing, I'm going to put some laugh track on there with it, is the one thing that we have yet to do is make this chuckle worthy. It's become a fucking episode of NPR and shit. What's happening?
NPR.
Yeah. All like serious and shit. And another thing. You're being systematically oppressed at every turn. How do you feel
NPR
about that?
getting weak, man.
And how do you?
Well,
and how do you?
they've always been weak.
Yeah,
for a long time now.
Tell me more.
Well, yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Anyway.
They're the motherfuckers that actually like to use textbook fucking words that just sometimes, like for me, they drive me insane. Like, for instance, like let's say you're part of the, like what they're doing right now in Canada, like the truck drivers. You're part of the movement, part of the
of my bowels,
the rally or whatever. Huh?
Huh? The movement of my
Don't
bowels.
just say it's so-called this or so-called that.
I want to start a new movement. I want to call it the. Oh shit! I want to call it the bowels movement. Oh my god! I want to call it the bowels movement. Oh. Oh my god, why? The bowel movement. Oh, anyway, sorry. I didn't mean to fucking jump in on there. I just had to laugh that out real quick. Oh, fuck. The bowel movement. Strike up and join us. Join us in the bowel movement. Might as well. Fuck it.
Hashtag so-called bowel movement.
Yeah. That's fucked up, man.
I bet you we could fucking million motherfuckers sign up in fucking 24 hours. How much you want to bet?
The bowel movement? Oh yeah, man. That'd be fucking.
Yeah, it's like a nationwide bowel movement.
Yeah. Oh, a viral. We can make it a viral bowel movement.
Everybody takes a shit at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All timed out in all the time zones. They're all synced up, and so it's staggered across the country. So everyone's actually shitting at the same time.
City, man.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! Take the system.
Everyone took a shit at the same time.
Taking the system
they all
down,
get on,
brothers.
A bridge, like between the U.S. and Canada, and they all take
That's a bridge
a
too.
bowel movement on the bridge at the same time.
That's a bridge too far. Oh my
The
god.
Beetlejuice in fucking Chicago were fucking women shit.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I mean, you could raise a lot of money on like GoFundMe, but then they'll like cancel it because they don't want the bowel movement to get that big.
Well, yeah.
Because then you could afford toilet paper.
Well, just imagine average, like average snake,
Oy, why is this happening?
So where you work, do you get any goods and are you noticing a shortage of goods and services, Greg?
Be the wiper. You said like goods and services during the hashtag, the wiper.
The wiper.
Oh.
Hashtag the wiper.
I'm afraid to fucking look that up.
It's like some Scott tissue with ridges.
Yeah, I don't want to know what the fuck. With last night's dinner all smeared on it. I see some fucking some kale in there. Some fucking seaweed.
Use some dino kale to wipe your ass.
Yeah. Did you have sushi last night? Oh. Yeah, it's by the looks of it, you had some bloody sperm to eat.
How about taking a turd and wrapping it in a nori roll?
Oh.
Like a tootsie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you have the one smeared in sperm?
Oh.
Jesus Christ. I'm trying to make a very ham-fisted joke and it just ain't fucking flowing the way I'm trying to do it. So fuck it. Moving on. Listen to Nori Roll. I got
what are you guys talking about?
cheap
Anyway?
ass California rolls.
Conditioning.
Yeah.
We're talking about conditioning.
We're talking about repeating.
Oh, yeah.
Condition everyone to take a shit at the same time.
It's like, yeah, see, it's conditioning, like telling everybody that COVID's going to kill everybody and shit over and over again, even though it's not happening, and everybody can tell that and shit, and it's very apparent.
Yeah.
But yet, hey, keep telling them that it's killing everybody.
Yeah.
Retractions are a bitch. Fuck, there was just a huge goddamn, there was just a huge fire over here in Bartlett. This document storage place, dude, like fucking 3 stories tall, fucking huge warehouse of document storage. Yeah, and I
probably get all of Pritzker's fucking information.
Well, that's the thing. I think it's like all medical. Yeah. It's all medical and financial documents. And I'll bet you a lot of the real COVID information and shit was in there too.
Yeah,
probably.
Like real numbers pertaining to that shit.
Building.
Yeah, man, because they're starting to hold all these fuckers accountable for this shit, man. It's starting to go down. They're starting to get fucking screwed around.
Well, try a building that had like all the fucking ballots and COVID involved.
Yeah,
the CEO of Pfizer stepped down recently, and even more recently, the CEO of Moderna, who was also the CEO of Spotify, just fucking cashed in all his stocks and fucked off, basically. Deleted his
Moderna or Spotify?
Both. He was the CEO
on both.
Yeah.
Huh?
Now think about that. They were just going off on this whole Spotify Joe Rogan fucking thing because they paid him whatever the hell hundreds of millions of dollars, and he had those guys on talking about the reality of the COVID situation and the reality of the vaccines and all that shit.
Lies.
So that was obviously an automatic. Direct conflict with the CEO of Spotify's whole fucking thing. He was the fucking CEO of
What do you mean it's all lies, Jesse?
He's being facetious.
I was making a joke.
He's just fucking having a laugh there, but obviously, but yeah, the CEO of Spotify was the same as the CEO of Moderna, the same person, was CEO of both places. So it's an
Yeah.
automatic conflict
That's
of
kind of
interest.
weird.
Yeah, isn't it? I thought so too. I was like, that is really fucking weird. How are you? First of all, how the fuck are you holding down two CEO positions like that?
Music and
And pharmaceuticals.
vaccines, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
well, Moderna is just
Drugs and rock and roll, I guess.
Yeah,
Right?
they
Like
go
drugs,
together.
rock and roll.
Nice. Yes. I love it when it's fucking a professional fucking level that comes together. Boom. Drugs and rock and roll, baby. But yeah, so
Yeah.
it put him in.
It's the future. It used to be sex, drugs, rock and roll. Now it's pharmaceuticals, fucking MP3 downloads, and fucking
Well,
cyber sex.
and the thing is,
Cyber sex.
Yeah.
cyber sex. Okay, fucking grandpa, maybe
No.
it's time for you to
Yeah,
go to
the
fucking
fucking
sleep.
Yeah,
The Bluetooth vagina, fucking
Cyber
that hooks up
sex.
to your phone.
This fucking
Yeah, they can't make the fleshlight pussies fast enough.
you sound fucking older than me, fuckhead.
Shortage of fleshlight pussies
Yeah,
worldwide.
it got blacked at the border.
Well, you know what the fun?
There's a truck.
You know what
There's
the
a
They're like,
truck full of
yeah,
them
you
somewhere.
know, you guys want the good news or bad news? They're like, well, let's take the bad news. Well, no, we'll take the good news. Well, you know, we're short on food. What's the bad news? Shortage of flashlight pussies. Ah, shit.
You know what the funniest part about that whole thing was that there was a defect in the manufacture of the fleshlights where it was actually 2 inches shallower than it was advertised, and they made like 1.63 million of these fucking things, and with this defect, and no one ever said anything. No one ever busted out a
They didn't say
ruler.
damn thing,
Yeah,
did they?
no one ever had to bust out a ruler to check to make sure that was really what the fuck they advertised. I can tell you that much. Anyway, cha-ching!
They're like, I'm still not hitting the back of it.
Yeah.
It's like 4 inches
Like,
deep.
I am slapping my balls till they hurt on the fucking on the rim of this thing, and I cannot hit the back wall. Fuck it. It'll forever be a fucking one of those kind of girls.
Did you make that up, or is that real?
Oh, fucking, come on, man. Come on, man. You know better than that. Yeah, I just made that shit up. Of course.
Is that real?
Is that real? You're like, Jesse's like, man, I ordered that one and I just never even thought about
I
it. I've
ordered
never hit
the wrong one.
No, he's like, I never did hit the back wall. He's like, I never. Come to think about it, I never did hit the back wall on that fucking thing, and I never did have to. Huh. So anyway, moving forward quickly. Yeah, no, I just made that shit up. Due to a manufacturing error, a recall for
Fishbowl when you said it.
a recall for 1.6 million.
Okay, another fake news channel. People, welcome.
Well, just
Yeah.
imagine how many people would actually send it back in after they use it.
Oh,
See that's the thing. That's the thing. The company.
I've only used it once.
Well, see, the company.
You know?
The
Yeah.
company was expecting. The company was expecting a flood of returns. They're like, oh shit, we fucked up like one point.
Hazmat
Yeah,
suits and shit.
we fucked up like 1.6 million of these fucking things. Somebody's gonna send it back and go, hey, it's fucked up. Nobody did.
They refurbish them.
Yeah. How'd you like that job?
They refurbish it. Yeah.
I guess that's the fleshlight equivalent of working in the mailroom, like starting at the bottom and shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in the fleshlight refurbishing room. You're like, what the fuck? That sounds like a punishment and shit. What did I do?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to take that extra 2 minutes on my shit. It took 2 minutes longer than I thought.
Yeah.
You took 2 minutes longer on your shit, mister. You're going to the refurbishing room now. Oh
Hey,
God!
speaking of taking the shit 2 minutes longer, did you guys hear about the clowns in New York gave an ultimatum to their employees on Friday that if they don't get every one of them doesn't get vaccinated, they're all fired.
Really?
Yeah,
They're still
Yeah.
pushing that, huh?
In New York? Did you say?
in New York.
Like New York City?
All the state employees, if they don't get jabbed, they will lose their job.
They keep pushing that shit in places like New York and L.A.
What pleasant places to go. Oh, so sweet.
Yeah, that's a place I want to move to.
It'd be like moving down into Chi-Town. Oh, how fun.
Yeah, all three of us should move out to L.A. again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Give it another go.
You guys want to go back, don't you?
Only if we get fucking carte blanche to take them motherfuckers out that annoy.
Yeah.
Well, hey man, maybe we could all be movie stars. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Fucking clap for the Wolfman, man. No sugar tonight in my coffee.
Yeah. Dick's hanging.
Dick's hanging. What an interesting stage name that would be.
Dick's hanging.
Yeah, like Dix, make it like DIX, like short for like Dixon.
Dick hanging.
Dixon. Oh boy.
Dixon.
Yeah, Dick's hanging.
Yeah.
It's Dick's hanging. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Dick's hanging. Good times for everybody. Let's do this. I need more cocaine. Fuck it. Woo!
Little Pete.
Little Pete.
Dick's hanging. Little Pete. And
that's his fucking. That's his sidekick. Little Pete.
Yeah.
Little Petey. Little Peter.
and Big Johnson.
Oh shit! Kind of a
Little Pete and Big Johnson.
Big Johnson's kind of a dumbass, but nobody fucking fucks with him. He pulls out his fucking hog and shit. It's like a fucking another arm. Fuck you, man. What'd you say? Yeah. At least.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Dick's hanging. I'm gonna go hit the hay.
You son of a
bitch. Past my bedtime.
Past your fucking bedtime.
Yeah, it is.
It's fucking 10:30. You fucking old shit. Shitbag.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. He says. Fuck you because he's fucking old. This old
He's looking
crone.
at the fucking short flashlight.
All right. Well, fuck it.
Just calling my name.
Yeah.
It's in the dresser drawer.
No, it's the result of that's Pavlovian conditioning. We said flashlight, and you fucking have to go and fuck yours now. I know what the deal is, you fucking warthog. You're gonna go fuck that thing like it owes you money. He's gonna break the bottom out of his fucking fleshlight handle.
What'd you name it?
Arietta.
Yeah. He named it Victim. He named it Victim number 1.
It's got a big old bush on it.
Yeah, he got the asshole one. He's like, I can make this in my mind. I can make this into whatever I want.
Yeah, it's got wrinkles that you can stretch out.
But if he's like, in my mind, I can make this whatever I want. But if I look at it, I'm looking at the asshole. Fuck it. Now that is some twisted shit, mister. Too much time alone.
Just imagine how many people actually do start to think, oh, I'm just fucking an asshole.
It depends on what hole they have it in when they're thinking that.
Why would they be?
No, but if it's in somebody's mouth and they're pretending it's an asshole, well, then maybe they have a conflict of interest and issues in their head.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, that just got weirder. Why is this happening?
I'm gonna let you guys.
All right.
Go.
Everybody have a good night. Hold on. All right, we're signing off here. Fucking words of wisdom, buddy.
Words of wisdom.
Yeah, say something really quick and then depart. If you got to go that fucking bad.
Stay away from
Pavlovian
people that you don't agree with.
Stay away from people you don't agree with. Yes, only stay with those who echo your sentiments only. Thank you. All
Only
right.
talk to people you know.
Yep, and that you're sure and have pre-screened all of their opinions too, so that they're agreeable. Anyway,
Yep.
All right, everybody. Well, we're out, and we will catch you next time. We're at 80 minutes, almost 81 minutes here, so we will catch you next time. Go out in the world, be good people. Mind your own business, but slap old people with love and
Hide in your
kindness.
bunker.
What? Hide in a bunker?
I said hide in your bunkers.
Yep. Make sure you stock it really well.
Don't go out into the world. Hide in your bunker.
Make sure it's well stocked with lots of food and crafts, so that you can spend the next 10 years doing crafts underground. You can fucking learn how to tie a macrame dildo and shove it up your own ass.
Yeah.
And if you get the knotting just tight enough, if you get the knots just tight enough, it won't flex on you. It'll actually get in there. Anyway, who gives a shit? We will catch you all next time. Thank you very much for hanging with us this long and checking it all out and hearing all the wild things happen. And thank you, Greg, for joining us. I will only identify you thusly, with no coordinates and cross-referencing, triangulating coordinates. So
yeah, I'll say something. The doctor is in the mirror.
Love it.
That's my wisdom quote.
Yeah, say it again a little closer.
The doctor is in the mirror.
Awesome. Now those are some fucking words of advice, and they will help you be in the right direction if you don't want to live a binary right and wrong life, but actually according to will and natural order. Go in those directions and you will do well. No sweat.
Yep.
Catch you next time. Sayonara.
Later, Jesse.
Yeah, I'll talk to you, bro.